guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have another edition of 4 for 4, although this is not eyeshadow palettes. These are face palettes, as you probably saw from the thumbnail that you just clicked on. So I have the Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Volume 4, which I think came out last year. And then I have Volume 3, which came out the year before. The Natasha Denona Bloom and Glow, or Bloom Blush and Glow palette, and then the Too Faced Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye palette. I have tried all of these for 4 days, tried almost every single product in them, and I want to share my thoughts. We're going to start with the Volume 4 Ambient Lighting palette. And I'm sorry it's so like shiny and reflective and you're seeing my like filming setup in it. That's what it looks like. So it does have 2 blushes, a bronzer, 2 like setting powders that can kind of change, and then a highlighter. I'm going to swatch them all for you and then we'll hear. All right, I'm not even sure if they're all going to show up because they are so light. I feel like if you are darker skinned, these are not going to work for you. That is the bronzer right there. It is pretty light. It's beautiful for me, actually. Like, it doesn't look like dirt like some of the other ones. At least I feel like it doesn't look like dirt. Like a lot of the times when I'm putting on bronzer and I'm like, ugh. Then you have the 2 blushes, which are both very pretty. This one is a little darker. That one you can barely see, but I do like the blushes. And then we have the 2 setting powders right here. I do use, I don't really know how to use those because they change the look of your skin, so they're not my favorites. And then there is the highlighter. I prefer usually a more glowy highlighter, but I did get compliments on my highlighter when I wore this palette. So I'm going to save my judgment and kind of what I think about it till I talk to you about the next one. So the next one I want to talk about is the Volume 3. And I did not wear these back to back, but I thought I would talk to you about them back to back. There is some overlap in the shades, so let me point those out to you. Let me rearrange. So while they look very similar in nature, the only 2 that are the same are the 2 diffused, the finishing powder, diffused light and dim light. The other ones are supposed to be different shades. You'll see when I swatch them how different they are. So that's what they look like. We have the 2 blushes and the bronzer, the diffused light, the highlighter, and then the other light. So as you can see, there's kind of pluses and minuses with both of them. I like the blush shades better in this palette, but I like the bronzer better in that other one. And the highlights, neither one of them are my favorites. Like, I prefer a more blinding highlight, but I do think they're both nice. Do I think, and granted, I also have the Volume 2. The only one I don't have is the Volume 1. And then I didn't buy any this year because I pulled mine out and I was like, you know what? I never reached for these. Yes, they are gorgeous. I remember coveting them and wanting to get them, but I don't wear them enough to justify the $80 price tag for these. Yes, they were $80 a piece. And I need to make myself use both of them more. They're about equal to me, I guess. They're okay. I loved them when I first started on makeup, and then I just got too many things, and I need to start using my face palettes more. Next up, we're going to talk about the Sugar Peach from Too Faced. This has 2 blushes, like a bronzery blush and a highlighter. Honestly, this is not my favorite palette. So those are the 4 shades. And I'm going to tell you why here in just a second. The highlighter is absolutely gorgeous. I love the highlighter. I would use the highlighter any day of the week. They are a little powdery. It is a wet dry. I've not tried it wet. I don't know what it would look like on my face wet. That feels like a little scary. But so this is the more bronzery one. I did not try it on my cheeks, but now looking at it, it looks more of like a weird peachy. I might like it. This one is pretty. It is very glowy though, that pink one. This one has glitter in it, and you get glitter fallout with it, which is not my favorite thing, but I do love the highlighter. Looking at this looks so much more beautiful than the looks that I was getting. I was getting frustrated with it over the 4 days that I used it, and I was not as happy with it. And I know this is going to be one of the choices in Boxy Luxe in January. So I hope that if you get Boxy Premium and you get this palette that you like it, you'll have to let me know. But see, like, look at how bronzy that one looks, but it doesn't look that bronzy when you swatch it. I'm going to give this one, once again, some more time to use, because I don't want to, I'm hesitant to declutter because I don't like decluttering. I like to keep all the things that I paid for. But that one, I know I got it on sale because I always get them on sale, but I don't remember how good of a sale I got. All right, last one was in Boxy Premium in November. That is the reason I bought it, because I was so disappointed I did not get Boxy Luxe. I was on there and I signed up as soon as like I saw the email. Did not get it. Decided to take myself off the list for December because there wasn't anything that was in the previews that I really wanted. I was already getting the Storybook palette in my Boxy Luxe. I didn't really want the Dose of Colors, and I already have the Cranberry palette from Natasha Denona. It is gorgeous. It is one of my favorite palettes. One of my 8th graders or 6th graders. I just finished choreographing a musical for a local Christian school, and it's middle school and high school. So I'm not really sure what grade most of the kids are in. They just all come together. So I have like the middle school class and the high school class. She's in the middle school class, and she was like, I really love your makeup. And I was like, oh, it's Natasha Denona. I didn't act like that, but in my heart, I was very excited about that. She was very sweet. All right, this is what it looks like. There are 2 blushes and 2 highlights in here. These 2 are super glowy, these ones here. The other 2, the creams, are not super glowy. You would think that the glow cream would be kind of glowy, but it's not. It kind of left me meh. It's fine. It's nothing like that I would actually reach for or that I would like want to repurchase because of it. It does have just like that subtle glow. Like, it's kind of interesting. It's more subtle. This one I experimented with. It looks super intense and scary, and it is a little bit. You have to be very light-handed with it, and I did use a brush. So if I tap it on like that and then I blend it out, you can barely see, right? It looks really beautiful and natural. But if you get a little too much, you can get some of those clown cheeks going. So that's the biggest problem I had with this palette, was experimenting and learning how to use it effectively so that I wasn't like looking like a clown or not using it and getting the most out of it. These 2 are like super intense. I wore them by themselves and I kind of mixed and matched. So I did like a cream with a blush, with a powder, and then a powder with the other cream, and then both creams together and both powders together just to see like what it was like. So that's the blush. Can you even see that? Let's see. We'll swatch it again down here. Maybe you can see it more. There you go. It's really pretty. I do like it. It is very glowy though. So if you don't like a super glowy blush, you won't like it. And then that highlighter. Oh, the highlighter is probably my favorite part. And once again, like, you can't see it. Let's see. Where can I make it so that you can see the highlighter? There you go. Oh, it's so pretty. This one and that one together, like this one, you'd be very careful. Then you set it and then you put that over it. Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm really excited that I got this. Is it worth the $55 that it is normally? that would be up to you. I personally wouldn't pay $55 for it because it's a little more than I'm willing to pay for a face palette. Do I think it's beautiful? Yes. Am I going to get my use out of it? Definitely yes. Am I glad that I got it for 20% off during the Sephora sale as soon as I figured out that I wasn't getting Boxy Premium? Yes. Also, I'm glad that I bought these on the 20% off. I would never pay full price. I know people were racing out to buy them, and that's crazy to me. And I didn't get the Ghost palette or the Unlocked palette. They just were a little too dark. I'm glad that they have done other shades because I do think, especially the Volume 4. Yeah, the Volume 4 was very, very light. And I'm glad that they've done a variety of ones for Hourglass. So my least favorite, if I'm going to rank them, is this Sugar Peach face palette. It does smell amazing though. I love their peach scent. I love the peach scent from Too Faced. So this would be number 4. Let me look really fast. Which is my... Maybe I would tie these at 2 and 3. I'm going to totally cheat, but I don't feel like they're different enough to really be able to like rank them. So they're going to be in the middle. And then Natasha Denona is going to be my number 1. You probably saw that coming. Let me know your thoughts on these. Have you tried any of these palettes? Have you tried similar palettes from the brands? Like, have you tried any of the other Hourglass or any of the products that are similar to these that they sell individually as well? Let me know down below. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.